Modern Warfare 3. Or is that what? Something like Call of Duty 8 now? Whatever the title, I sat down to play it wondering whether this would be the end of the run for the massively popular shooter. See, many of its former creators moved on, and I wasn't sure what to expect from the new consortium of studios that created the game. Modern Warfare 3 wasted no time clearing things up for me. The single-player campaign picks up right where Modern Warfare 2 left off without skipping a beat. There's no warm-up here. I guess that's fitting considering that about halfway through 2, I gave up on even trying to follow the story anyway and just shot my way through to the end. I might as well get right back to the action. But Modern Warfare 3 learned a little since last time. The story works this time around. It's not some dramatic masterpiece, but it succeeds as the action movie fare it aims to be. And let's face it, that's what this is. Despite the implications of the title, I never found myself in the middle of large-scale warfare. This is a heroic fantasy, in which my legendary exploits, with a buddy or two behind the scenes, eventually leads to triumph. I took on overwhelming odds and survived unbelievable events, and it's all in a day's work. Literally. The solo game takes all of about 5 hours to get through. But it's only meant to get my feet wet with the game. There's a lot more to come. Before jumping to conclusions that I mean multiplayer, let me tell you about the gem of Modern Warfare 3, Spec Ops mode. These two-man missions were introduced in Modern Warfare 2, and they once again offer some of the best parts of the game. They can be played solo, but come to life when you play with a buddy, at least the best of them. In these missions, each player has a unique role to play. For instance, in one of my favorites, one player provides sniper overwatch from high atop a building, while the other down at street level defuses IEDs under heavy enemy fire. Taking that a step further, there's a survival mode now as well. Like other games, it let me and a partner face endless waves of enemies, so it's not really new anymore. But the setup clicks with Modern Warfare. Lots of guns to play with, a great variety of enemies to face, it's just the right setup for this sort of mode, and a good way to get tuned up for multiplayer. And for many, that's really what Modern Warfare 3 is going to be all about. Getting online and shooting each other into the middle of the night. Now time will tell if it's as huge as its predecessors, but it looks ready to step right into the role. The multiplayer maps encourage the fast circuits that keep matches exciting, with tons of structures to move through and find firing positions in. Of course, none of them are particularly safe. Getting killed fast can be one of the most frustrating parts of the game, and it cuts off one of the most fun parts, the kill streak rewards. The new support streaks, though, let kills carry over through deaths, alleviating that issue. They are more team-focused, like calling in a UAV to spot enemies on the map, but there are others there as well, like a stealth bomber run, that are plenty fun to unleash. And for those willing to gamble, the assault packages bring plenty of firepower to make it worth the risk. If there's a surprise to Modern Warfare 3, it's that there are no surprises. No slips, no hiccups, no ill-advised attempts to get creative. The game proves that its over-the-top reputation can easily be reduced to a replicable formula, sort of like a Duncan Hines cake mix. So while there may be a new set of bakers in the kitchen, they have no trouble following the recipe for success.